All right, guys, we are here and we are live. We are here and we're queer.
We're live.
So I'm here with DemonRin, Chelsea. She's
Hi.
our special guest today. And as always, we're here with Jose as well.
Hi.
So we usually start these off pretty basic, actually. We kind of just ask you how your week's been and we go from there, you know? So you're the guest, Chelsea. You can go first. Like, how's your week been? Have you done anything interesting, or was it just kind of mundane?
Mostly mundane. I mean, my sister and I stream video games, so we had that going for us. But I got some I got a few more comics to add to the collection, so that's good.
Oh, cool. What'd you get?
Earlier in the week, I got the Dr. Aphra Omnibus from Marvel. And
nice.
Today, just before coming on to get ready for this stream, I actually went and picked up Injustice: Gods Among Us Volume 2 Omnibus.
The Tom Taylor stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there.
We like Tom Taylor here.
He's on Nightwing now, and
that first issue is phenomenal. Yeah,
it's right behind you. I see it, and unfortunately, guys, as much as I want to talk about it with you, I can't talk about it with you because I haven't got it yet. I goofed. I didn't go to the LCS this week, so now everybody has it but me.
Yeah, I was looking down at my. Here's my plug for my LCS Samurai Comics.
Nice.
Samurai Comics, cool. And you're where at Arizona?
Yep.
Just Arizona in the middle of nowhere?
Unfortunately.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm pretty accurate when I say middle of nowhere. I've been to Arizona, so like I know the geography pretty well. I stayed I think it was 4 months there. I was in Phoenix for about 4 months. That was pretty fun.
I'm in Chandler.
All things considered. Oh, okay. That's cool.
Little to the left of Phoenix on a map.
You know, all right, so moving on. New comics are always great. You guys talk about Nightwing. I've heard so many good things about it. Some things have been spoiled for me, unfortunately. And that's just the name of the game. That's just like you can't be on comic social media on Wednesday and not expect that to happen. You know what I mean?
Tuesday. There was everything on Tuesday because DC releases their stuff Tuesday. Everyone had like panels all over Tuesday.
That's the thing with DC. DC just wants to be very, very special with their releases now.
It's the new distributor, I think, right?
Yeah, they have a new distributor. It's not Diamond. Sorry.
It's Penguin Random House.
Penguin Random House, yeah.
And honestly, it's a good thing. There was a few short-term issues, but long-term, it's a good thing.
That's good. That's good. Diamond sucks. We can all agree there. Diamond just sucks.
I don't know if you know this, Chelsea, but I worked in the books I used to be a bookstore manager, so I had to deal with Penguin Random House a lot of times. And I've dealt with Diamond a lot of times, and they're the most difficult to deal with.
Diamond?
Diamond. They're just a bitch. Excuse me. They're just hell to deal with.
It's because they have a functional monopoly. They are the comic publisher, so they can do
whatever they want. Yeah,
you got to go through us, so you got no choice. So we can screw you over. So now that there's actual competition, hopefully things get better.
I hope, because I hate not being able to order stuff or it taking forever. That like if I want to order it through my comic book store because I want to support my comic book store, but if I order it through my comic book store, it usually takes like 10 times as long as it would be if I got on like Amazon or eBay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of ridiculous because when I want to order something, I want to read it like, a week or two. Okay. But like so here's the example. I ordered The City of Bane complete, the Tom King collection. Mm-hmm. And I ordered it when it came out. When I was able to order it, it was like last March or something. I still haven't got it. And it's been out. Like I can get it on Amazon and just get it.
That's
do they even still have you as listed as on order? It should have been in at this point.
I know. My LCS owner, he's like, yeah, I got a bunch of stuff that I ordered, and like I just keep ordering stuff and it shows up like a year later.
And I thought like, oh, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, for a book like that, I'm assuming a comic shop would consistently have that book in stock. I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't.
That's what I was thinking. Even though my store is very small, they're very local. It's like the size of a room, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very small shop, but I was thinking like that would be something they can just get in, like in a week or so. Just like, damn, I can order it on Amazon and get it in like a day. Like. I mean, I understand not all comic books are Amazon, and I can't really use that comparison fairly, but, like, it's been a year.
And, like, since that is through Penguin Random House now, I could, I'm pretty sure they have reprints of that in stock. I've seen.
Oh, they do. They do. Anyway, back on topic. We were talking, Chelsea was telling us about her week.
That's right. I'm so sorry.
we go off topic. It's fine.
It's fine. I haven't had like much going. Like my sister and her girlfriend and I just watched the Snyder Cut.
Oh, how was that? Are you?
I watched it yesterday.
Okay, you both saw it. I haven't had time yet. Sorry.
It was better than the theatrical in most circumstances. There was a couple of things that I think the theatrical did better, but like it also didn't offend me as a DC fan like Batman v Superman did. So I'm.
Oh, that's good.
Honestly,
yeah,
I hated the theatrical version, and I did not like Batman v Superman. I did not like that at all. This movie, I actually enjoyed it. Once again, there's some choices I wouldn't have made. There's one scene in particular that would have been perfect, but then there's like a little tag at the end of the scene that kind of ruined the whole scene.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Is that
the Joker epilogue?
No, not that one. It's it deals with I don't want to give too much away, but it deals with Martha Kent and
Martha
Lois Lane.
Oh, right. I know what you're talking about. I think I know the thing at the end that you say ruins it. I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like that was like a perfect scene, and then like that little tag at the end, just why?
Martha. I don't know what you're talking about, guys. I'm so sorry.
One more thing, because we're leaving Erin in the dust, so I only want to say one more thing. But the things that the theatrical did better is, like, for example, that moment with Barry Allen where it's like just save one person. That was better in the theatrical, and like that was better. Like now he's just okay with it, and it's like weird.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Do you guys recommend watching the theatrical before the director's cut?
No.
Like if you haven't seen it for like a first time viewer, like would you recommend just watching the director's cut like right off the bat? Because I haven't seen the theatrical release. I might have. I think I might have watched the Riff Tracks version, but like that doesn't really count because
no. The one thing about the theatrical that is definitively better than this is there's more Superman in it, and he's acting like Superman the entire time. Like he's not like, oh, I'm so sad and I don't know whether I should be Superman or not. But like he's like, hey, I'm Superman, and I smile and I quip, or not like Spider-Man quip, but I like Yeah. Like there's a part where at the end where he has to risk his life. I'm not going to give spoilers, but this is after obviously he died in the previous movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's back now. And so he has to risk his life again. And he looks at Cyborg and he's like, okay, we got to do this right. I don't want to die again. And it's like, okay,
that's a good Superman quote. That's a good Superman quote.
Yeah. And then there's after the thing happens, he and Cyborg have a laugh about it. And I loved that. And that's the stuff that's not in this one, but what is in here with Superman is not bad. Like he never has any moment in this where he's like, do they deserve me? I don't know if I should go save, he's not like that in this one. And I'm like, okay.
No,
I get down with this.
He's just, I agree with that 100% on that. So, but the one thing I still, even though that was better than the theatrical version, I think what killed the theatrical version that this version saved was Cyborg. Because they did Cyborg wrong in the theatrical version. He is fantastic in this version.
You know what? The one thing I will say about the theatrical version, I know there was a mandate from the studio to get it down to exactly or almost exactly 2 hours. because they wanted to fit in more showings, and that was their way of hopefully recouping because they thought it was bad. So they were like, okay, well, if we can cut this down to 2 hours, we can, recoup our losses better. So I want to say that was what caused Cyborg to get done dirty in the original.
That's a good point. But my only problem with that is like a lot of the plot had to deal with Cyborg, like with the whole mother boxes. So that was like honestly, I could have thought of other things to take out, but I'm not a movie maker, so I won't get into that. But
Cyborg, like,
sorry, Erin.
With Batman and Superman, it's like Snyder finally got them right. Cyborg, it's like, okay, he got him right out the gate. Like, that's how he should be. Okay, we can stop now.
No, it's fine. I'm letting you guys go. It's fine. I'm listening. I can face this way and still hear you.
Like, I could turn my camera and show you my new Teen Titans omnibuses. Like, I know this character and I love this character.
Yeah.
And
I got something the other day that you would love.
Ooh, is that a variant? That's nice.
That's a Peach Momoko variant.
I love Peach Momoko.
This is the cutest one that I could find for Captain Marvel. I had to get it. Sorry. Anyway, this is gonna tie into okay. So that's
the standard cover.
So Jose, sorry.
I was gonna say my LCS runs out of bags and boards sometimes.
Yeah, I've got the
doesn't do that. Oh, you see, everybody got their books but me. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I won't get mad. Anyway, Jose, how was your week?
My week was pretty quick. It was not bad.
You weren't on here last week with me.
No, I was not. I was on last weekend. My wife and I had a little vacation to my family's. My family has like a little house cabin in a place called Galena, Illinois, which is just a little west from Chicago. It was fun because like my wife, she's for the past like couple of years, she's had a hard time at work. Then she finally said, "Fuck them." She quit and she got a new job, and she just started her new job this past week. But she was kind of off the last couple of weeks, and we wanted to go on vacation somewhere, but we can't go anywhere, or weren't able to. So we decided to do like a little weekend, right before she starts her new job, and spend it out there. And it was fun. It was really nice.
Well, give her my regards.
I'll give her your regards.
Whatever. I mean, what is regards? Is regards like just the common like, hey, I hope everything's good. Right. Like, okay, cool. I just want to make sure I'm using that properly because I don't think I've said that anytime like recently. Anyway, my week was just the same as it always is, guys. Just boring. Nothing really happening. It's got kind of busy here toward the end. I mean, I was honestly pushing this, like setting this show up and everything to the last minute. But we're all good. We're all good. I got a lot of books, and this is gonna be like what we're gonna talk about next. What comic books we've been reading. I want to see what you guys got this week at the LCS. I want to see new grabs that you guys got. I know that's a thing that me and Jose like to do when we don't have like creators or anything on. We like to show our books. So Chelsea, I know you got some new books.
Yeah, no, like I got a decent amount of things actually. I
know you probably want to show them off too.
I don't know, but like I've been like pumping up my my trade and omnibus collections lately. And it's like during a lockdown, like that's the one big thing. It's like, oh man, how many of these things can I get now? 1 second.
Okay.
I like omnibuses too, so.
Yeah, I don't own a single Omni.
I've got they're a really good way to add to a collection. They're a really good way of getting everything in one shot.
I own complete runs, but I don't own any Omnis, unfortunately. It's just too goddamn expensive. That one I saw on your Twitter. That is so beautiful. Yeah, it's not even open.
Yeah, I gotta open it up because I gotta do. There's a procedure to actually like properly opening up an omnibus.
Yeah,
you can't just Yeah, you can't just pop it open. You have to lay it flat on its spine and then drop the 2 covers and then slowly, like 5 pages at a time, drop the pages, smooth. Other side, drop the pages, smooth. And you got to do that basically until you have it completely open. And that properly cracks the spine, like gets the glue going. If you don't do it like that, you end up with like it uneven. Like you'll have like one side won't stay open, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I've seen them before like that.
There's
yeah. So how much was that? Like ballpark? Like
I paid about 70 something for it because
okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
MSRP is 125. There's this website that I got turned on to called cheapgraphicnovels.com, and they're really good. Like they pack the stuff super nice, and you can get direct market variants and stuff from them.
Oh, nice.
Okay, cool. I got that up here right now. I'll check that out later. Cool. What about your new comic book day books?
That is this bag over here. I already showed you all Nightwing and Captain Marvel.
I'm curious to what you read weekly. What's on your pull?
I haven't actually read them yet, which is bad of me. I know I need to sit down and get caught up in a lot of my comics.
I still haven't read all of last week's books. I'm really behind.
I know it's.
I'm actually caught up for once. Well, not now. Behind because I didn't get them.
Adam.
Children of the Atom. And Mortal Hulk.
I've been
the best book.
The best.
I've been meaning to get into that series.
Yo, everybody says that book is good. Like everybody says that book is good.
It's really good. Like there's that. Okay, there was a controversy a couple of weeks back, but that was with the artist, not the writer.
Yeah, I heard about
the writing is amazing.
So okay, we don't have to get into that. I am curious, but
I'll message you later about that.
Yeah, you can tell me about it later.
I just wanted to mention it because I'm praising this book, and I don't want it to sound like I'm praising the person that did the bad stuff.
Yeah.
X Factor. Yeah, I'm all in on Dawn of X.
Oh yes, everybody I know is, and I jumped off super early.
Sword? How's Sword?
Yep. I've been waiting to read it because I'm reading it. It's every issue of Sword so far is a King in Black tie-in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for the final issue of King in Black to hit, and then I'm gonna shoot through all of it.
Yep. Ah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
It's Al Ewing, so
yeah.
That's how I tend to do it with events, because otherwise I'll end up reading something where it's like, oh hey, this thing happened. Like I wait until it's all out so that I can then go to like Comic Book Herald and all those websites and get like a reading order, because I don't want to be reading through a tie-in and be like, oh, I can read through this, that's fine. And then it's like, oh hey, remember last week when the big thing happened in the main book?
That happened to me recently. I think it was War of the Realms.
That happened to me recently too.
I read a tie-in that took place after one of the newer issues, and I didn't realize that.
The damn Supergirl. Remember I was telling you about the Supergirl?
Oh yeah, the
graphic novel,
crossover,
volume 3, Sanctuary. Like every other issue was an issue that wasn't in the collected trade. So like I was reading this, I'm like, okay, so this seems cool, and then it's like skip ahead. Oh, what happened? You know, I'm trying to like fill in my gaps in my brain. I hate when they do that. Just give me everything. You know?
That's why I'm such an omnibus collector, because usually the omnibus, it's like I have everything.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I don't own a single Omni. That's weird. I do have a couple of the essential.
Oh, they're just showing off.
No, keep going. I love it.
We have to show off. That's what this channel is for.
But yeah, Champions.
Nice. All the Marvel. I like that. I like that you're into Marvel, because I'm not really into Marvel. So
I'm into DC. I love DC. I just don't have a lot of DC books right now. I was kind of waiting for Infinite Frontier to hit, and then I'd figure out what I wanted.
It's fine. The only DC books that I have on my pull list are Bat books. That's it. If it's not Bat related, I don't care. And I'm not even subscribed to the main Batman series. I unsubscribed to it because, and Jose's going to bitch about that in a little bit too.
Tinian's so good though.
He is magnificent. I love him. He's one of my favorite writers. I recently read The Department of Truth, and let me tell you, I really enjoyed the first volume. Like, that was really eye-opening read. Anyway, Tinian's awesome. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked at like a crazy right now. So yeah, you're into Marvel. I like that. I love that. But yeah, most of my books on my pull list are DC and just indies. I don't have any Marvel on my pull list, it saddens me, honestly.
Well, since I already showed you all Nightwing and Captain Marvel, that makes this the last one.
Yep. You see, that's the one Marvel I should be subscribed to. That's the one Marvel I should be subscribed to, and I'm not. It's insane because Jess is like one of my favorite characters. Like, I only buy statues of my favorite characters, guys, and I have a Jess statue.
Okay, they need to bring back the biker costume. The
I
biker
agree.
costume was her best costume.
I don't know why they went back to the old one and then the all black one, and they're going back to the old one again, right? Or
are people bitching about I heard a lot of people complaining about the black one.
Yeah.
Saying that it's too similar to everybody else's.
No,
it is
now it actually has Spider-Man webbing.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know. She looks good in it. I love that when she first got it. That was pretty fun.
I think oh, sorry, Chelsea.
No, you go.
I was gonna say my theory about why that doesn't really vibe well with me is that yes, she is Spider-Woman, but she's not really, she's kind of like on a whole different level than Peter Parker when it comes to superhero. Like Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, they're always seen together. It's not until recently you started seeing Jess with Peter Parker, working with them. She's always been like her doing her own thing on the side.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Jess is like her own spider, if you will.
Yeah, and like just seeing that is just kind of trying to like assimilate her to Peter Parker. But I'm sorry, you had something, Jess. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I'm just gonna add to what you're absolutely right. Like what? Like she doesn't belong with Pete.
Yeah,
like she's on the periphery there. She sometimes becomes involved in what's going on with Pete, but she's more a SHIELD agent and a Captain Marvel. So, like she's more on that side of the things than with Pete. So why are they trying to tie her in with Pete so much? The biker costume was so good.
It was so awesome looking too. It was just especially with the jacket unzipped. It's just casual. It's
I love.
It was
I
such
love
a great
Jess.
costume. But
I love Jess. I have all of her books. Now, have I read them all? I don't. Probably not. But she's my favorite Spider. Her and Maddie Franklin are my favorite Spider characters.
Maddie Franklin.
Yeah, that's a deep dive. We haven't seen much of her lately, have we? She's fucking badass. We won't go into that though. She's cool. But yeah. I don't know why I unsubscribed to Spider-Woman. There was a time when the pandemic happened where I had to cut a lot of the books off my pull list. I had to choose between them. And I guess I'm more into Bat right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I need to add Flash because Wally is going to become a big part of the book, according to Celeste.
Isn't Gail Simone going to write the new Flash?
I didn't think so, but if she was, that would be just double.
I heard that. I swear I heard that. I swear my hand over my heart that I heard that.
It's not the main tail Flash. I think she wrote like Sensational Comics Flash or like a out of continuity Flash series and still is writing it, but I don't think she's doing anything.
Okay, Jose, you're up.
But I could be wrong.
You're up, Jose. You're up.
I'm fact checking right now.
Oh, you're fact checking? Thank you.
Okay, fact check me. That's cool.
Oh, no. I'm just checking.
I'm joking. You're fine.
No, actually, I would like to know.
Please confirm. I would like to know too. Jose, what did you get this week?
Catwoman. I've actually been really liking the slightest take on her.
I don't know why I'm not subscribed to this book, and I'll tell you one thing about this book. Don't pull it down yet. Don't pull it down yet. Show that book. The one thing amazing about this book is the artist. His name is Fernando Blanco. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he is one of my favorite artists in the comic industry right now for the big two, the mainstream comic industry. If you guys haven't, you should definitely check out his Twitter. He has some of the best artwork that I've ever seen. His like one of my probably my top 5 favorite artists in the industry. Sorry, I just nerded out about Fernando. He did an issue with Tom Taylor. I don't know if you guys had it. Detective Comics 1017.
I have that.
It's one of my favorite Detective Comics issues in like the past 5 years, and that cover is one of my favorite covers like ever. Anyway, continue.
I got info on the whole Gail Simone thing. She is writing one of the stories in giant size Flash, which is the book that's going direct to Walmart's.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool but lame at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't like Walmart. I don't like Walmart exclusives because I'll never go to Walmart to get them.
Well,
sorry, I don't.
My next book is Superman, Red and Blue.
How's that? Did you read that yet?
I have not read any. The only new one from this week I've read was Nightwing.
Okay.
And that's because I couldn't wait for it. So all of these are just waiting to be read. Just waiting. But yeah, Superman, Red and Blue, it's kind of like the how Black Man.
Yeah. You see, I was gonna pull that, but I'm not a big Superman person. Like, he doesn't really do it for me. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't do it for me at all.
I love Superman, so
same.
Yeah, I love Superman. So if it's a good story, I'll try to collect it.
I like Kara. Okay.
Kara Zor-El's fantastic.
I like Kara. I don't like Superman. I don't give a shit about a cow owl. I like Kara. Kara Zor-El is my girl.
Are you a big Matrix fan?
David run right over there.
What?
Are you a big Matrix fan?
Matrix? No, I've never seen the Matrix.
No, Supergirl Matrix.
Oh, Supergirl Matrix. I've never read it. I'm just all over the place today. I swear to God, Jose, I told you I would be like this.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that it? Is that what you're talking about? Yo, I've seen that.
Yep. Very long story short, after Crisis on Infinite Earths, they wanted Superman to be the actual last son of Krypton. So the Supergirl for a little while was an amorphous blob alien called the Matrix that took the form of Supergirl.
Is that when Doomsday punches her?
Yeah.
She just kind of blobs out. I have that panel somewhere. I remember because I that's one of the few Superman books that I have is Death of Superman, because I love Dan Jurgens. Dan Jurgens is awesome. He's one of my favorites. But I remember that it was just a random panel in that book of her just getting her shit smashed, and then it didn't elaborate. It didn't explain it or anything. It just, she got her shit smashed and that was it.
Why is Supergirl goo?
Yeah, I've always wondered that. Like, what happened to Supergirl? She just kind of gooped up and then Doomsday went and threw Booster into space and just moved on, you know? That's a pretty good book. Honestly, I really like that for a Superman book. And like I said, Superman does nothing for me. I don't care about him at all. He's just one of those characters that I have no attachment to. And it's a really good book. You know, it really shows you what a writer can do with a character, you know?
And before I go on to my next books, just like the stories that came after the Reign of the Superman, those stories are really good too. Props to Dan Jurgens on that. Dan
Jurgens is amazing, but I haven't read that one.
You've got there it is.
You just have everything. Look at this girl is just like all
visual
over.
aids.
I like it. I like it. Thank you. I don't have my other monitor set up, so I can't open up like a window and like put things up like I usually do. We were watching YouTube videos last week.
I just happen to have the trades that we're talking about right there, so it's like, why not help?
Awesome. So that's all you got, right?
No, I've got this much more.
Oh, okay. Keep going. What are you doing?
Well, these two actually came out way before last week. I've heard good things about them. Man-Bat. So I'm going to try to catch up on that.
Who's writing that? I didn't even know that was a thing.
What's the writer's name? Like, yeah, I didn't know it was a thing either. Then I saw it on the shelves. Like, I don't feel like picking up right now. But then I've heard good things about it.
I assume that takes
Dave Velgos. I'm not too familiar with his work.
I don't know who that is.
Sumex Kumar is the artist.
Okay, keep going. We gotta get through these
going.
books.
All right.
We gotta get through these books.
I also like to use the Spider-Woman, but
I have that waiting for me. Even
Jim
though of all that crazy stuff that could or could not be true.
Justice League, The Infinite Frontier.
I
have mixed feelings about this.
Hard pass.
Because I like Michael Bendis, but I don't like him on team books, if that makes sense.
That's
it
weird,
does make sense.
I'm kind of the opposite. I like Bendis on team books. Like his New Avengers run was great.
Like, New Avengers was good, but like for stuff, his more recent stuff like Young Justice, it starts off great. It starts off really good, but then he kind of gets lost with all the characters and the stories, and it's kind of hard to keep up when as the series goes on. It's still it still has a lot of good beats per issue, but it kind of but since he's not focused on one character, that's where I'm kind of hesitant. But I like the characters in the lineup, so most of them.
Cool.
So
yeah, I like that. I like the Joshua Williams and stuff, but I jumped off after he left the Justice League book.
The next one is Radiant Black.
Radiant Black. I've heard good things about that. I will probably pick up the trade.
It's a good indie book. This one came out last week, but it's for some reason wasn't in my box last week. It's Green Lantern, Beware My Power, the final issue, number 12.
Dude, whatever. I don't want to talk about the Morrison Green Lantern. That's the last thing I want to freaking talk about. I told you guys saw that, right?
Yeah. That was horrible. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
What was horrible? I'm sorry.
So I ordered all of it. Season 1 and 2. I used my Stimmy check, My Stimmy check came in. I was like, oh yeah, I want to get to more because Nick over at the Comic Burrito was geeking out about it with me. He was like telling me all about it, and I ordered it all, and it so happened to be raining when it got delivered, and for some reason they put it in my trash can, and the trash can got filled up with water, and the books are no good. They're just.
It's a shame.
They're just gone.
I am sorry.
That is that's like a worst nightmare.
First of all, why would you put my package in the trash can? It was empty. It was an empty trash can, and he put it inside the empty trash can, and it filled up with water. Why would you? Oh my god! If you just left it on the porch, dude, my books would be fine.
Did you get a refund or what?
Oh, it was off of eBay, so it wasn't really. There's nothing really that the vendor can do. I mean, they did their part. It's kind of the USPS's fault. I don't really know how to go about getting money from them.
Dang.
And I don't really want to try. I'd rather just cut my losses and reorder it. It's just one of those things, that just bites really hard.
I've actually had a friend that tried doing that once against the USPS, but it takes months and months.
I don't want to fight the government.
It's not worth it.
I just reorder them and just, fingers crossed this time that a dumbass doesn't deliver them. And that it's not raining. I knew because I saw that they would be out for delivery, right? Mm-hmm. That day. I laid down to take a nap, and I knew I just had this just little thing in the back of my head that it's raining. But I was like, no, people won't be that dumb. They'll put it somewhere dry, you know what I mean? Or in my mailbox, for God's sake.
Narrator's like, and in fact, they were that dumb.
But I did get some packages delivered this week, thankfully, that weren't ruined. And that's going to be what I'm going to show you guys. You got more there, Jose?
It's just a few more.
Okay.
I'll go by them quickly. Marvel, I forgot what issue this is. It's like the anthology series. Thor, Prey Part 5, issue number 13.
You read everything, my God.
X-Force. Amazing Spider-Man King and Black tie-in. This is Jed McKay writing, not Nick Spencer.
I like Jed McKay.
I think this was last week's too. I'm not 100% sure, but Non-Stop Spider-Man, Joe Kelly.
Oh, Joe Kelly. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. And then this one, I don't know how this came in my box. I don't remember ordering it, but I'm going to give it a shot because I like the writer. Thor and Loki, Double Trouble.
Oh, cool.
Oh, and
that's cute.
It's cute.
It's drawn. It's drawn by Gurihiru.
It is, yeah.
That's cute as shit. That's actually really cute, guys. I just realized that we're doing this. Our Jose, I just realized we're doing the show at that same time the Comic Burrito's doing their show.
Oh,
this week, and that's probably why we're not gonna get people watching right now.
they won't watch right now, but they'll watch later. And
They will, yeah. I have Yo, it's so crazy, and shout out to you guys. I love you guys so much. You guys will message me literally as you're watching this at like all hours, like weeks later. Like I'm still getting messages about like the first show we did on Twitch.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And that wasn't even with you. That was with somebody else. I had another co-host then. We've been doing this for a while. Okay, so my books. I didn't get any LCS books today, but I did get packages in the mail because I order things because I get things sent to me too.
Nice.
All-Star Batman, Scott Snyder. I got all 3 volumes of this hardcover copy, brand new. They're in the plastic. I paid $10 for all 3 of them.
And that's really good stuff right
in
there.
the plastic. Yeah, this is nice. This is amazing. John Romita Jr. and Scott Snyder. You guys, I don't know if you know this, but I'm on kind of a Scott Snyder kick, and you'll see that in a second. I got Witches.
Good series, fantastic.
Yeah,
I got Witches. Okay, so Scott Snyder was on the Comic Burrito show, and he was just such a really cool, down-to-earth guy, and I was like, you know what? I haven't really read much of his work, aside from Death Metal. Dark Knight's Metal and Death Metal is like the only thing that I've read by Scott Snyder. So I've been picking up a lot of Snyder books just to check them out.
I actually have some Snyder stories but go do this first.
Yeah.
So I got Undiscovered Country as well. That's his other new indie series. Pretty cool stuff. I got the rest of the All-Star Batman. What else did I get? I got Black Mirror, Batman Black Mirror coming because somebody recommended that to me.
That was me. That's my favorite Batman story from Scott Snyder.
I got JOA, New World Order.
Oh, nice.
Grant Morrison. I haven't read a lot of JOA, and every once in a while I like a little Justice League in my life. Like I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I do like them. Jose, you weren't here last week, so I don't even think I showed my books last week. Demon Days.
That was a good start.
I got that one. We're not gonna riff about this one. Just it is what it is. It absolutely is what it is. Just we'll move on. We already did that. Bit.
You and Chris, I saw your video. You and Crystal kind of won for it.
We got the Joker by Tinian.
I'm very surprised at how much I like the series.
I'm so hyped for this. This one surprised me.
It surprised me too.
I'm subscribed to this now and not the main Bat series.
I wanna read it because of Tinian, but like the Joker gets a book, really.
Yeah, I agree with you. The only consolation I could give you is that it's more Commissioner Gordon's story than anything. But yeah, I hate the Joker and just like he doesn't need a book.
That glare though. Yeah, this Red Hood Batman cover is pretty awesome with the urban legends. I'm so excited for issue 2. This has one of the best Red Hood stories in modern years. This has one of the most, I think I might love Jason. Like after reading this, I think I might love Jason.
Because Lobdell's finally off the book, right?
Thank God. Yeah, I can read Red Hood again. I have some issues with Lobdell's.
A lot of people do. You're not alone.
Yeah.
Maniac in New York. This is a 3-part series by Aftershock about a unstoppable, pretty much like a Jason Voorhees type of character that's running rampage in New York, and they can't really stop him, so they just kind of adapt to him. It's pretty cool.
I have the second issue, but I haven't read it yet. But I've read the first issue, and it was good.
And you guys, of course, know.
Oh yeah, Scout's Honor.
Scout's Honor. Like we have a whole video on this with the writer, so if you guys are curious, go watch that. David Pepose is such a great guy. He's so great. yeah, that's really all I got, guys. To be honest with you, I'll have a ton more next week. Oh, almost forgot. Batman 104, the Barbara design variant.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't want every time something comes up, I don't want me to complain about costumes, but the Burnside costume is so much better.
I have my. Nah, I like them. I like them all, but I do like the Burnside one a lot. It's really cute.
The current one, it's like, how can nobody tell she's not like the mask barely covers any of her face. How can you not tell she's Barbara Gordon?
Yeah, in the Burnside one, she has like a cow. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like an entire cow, and like only like the tips of her hair are out.
Yeah,
it makes sense. And then she does work with Gordon a couple times during that run too. She works with because Gordon's Batman. Yeah, and she works with Gordon a couple times, and he doesn't know that she's Batgirl, but she knows that he's Batman. It's like a really weird fucky situation. I have my complaints about that run, and I have my like compliments about it too.
There's some problematic things with that run, but
Cameron Stewart.
Yeah, Cameron Stewart. He's
okay. So moving on, we have a lot. Jose, you want to bitch about DC. You can do that.
I did.
Let's complain about. Yeah, you messaged me. Okay, so Jose, guys,
the prices. Yeah,
Jose is like, can you believe this? He sent me a link and everything. I didn't have a chance to read it because we were coming online here. But you have some grievances with DC right now, and now is your time to address it.
I don't know if you saw this, Chelsea, but I didn't. No one picked. A website picked this up from the solicitations that a lot of the issues are going up in price to like $6 per issue. Like Batman is going to be $6. Joker is going to start being like $5.99. You know, so
are they putting extra content?
Not much.
Not much. The only thing I can justify
a couple pages
is the backup stories. That might be the only justification, but like. The other ones that are going up are like Batman Black and White, Superman Red and Blue.
The Joker's going up too.
Yeah, Joker's going up.
You know, I was complaining about this before. I was during Death Metal. Okay, so this is gonna be my rant. This is gonna be really quick. Chelsea, did you read Death Metal?
I have just about every issue of Death Metal.
Okay, so you're gonna relate to this too. I know Jose can relate to this. The tie-ins. There's so many goddamn tie-ins, one-shot tie-ins. There's so many of them. And the problem doesn't lie with there's so many of them. The problem lies with DC charging $7 or $8 for them. You know what I mean? And it's like 2 or 3 a week, every single week. And you know, like if you're reading DC, you're reading DC. You know what I mean? And it's the same way. It's the same way for Marvel too. Like if you're reading Marvel, you're reading X-Men.
This is Death Metal in just about every time.
Yeah, do you see all those tie-ins and how much they are? And if you get the variant, it's like $1 more. It adds up. It really does. Because like I was spending like $50-$60 a week just trying to keep up with Death Metal. Like I was really like I couldn't wait for Death Metal to be over.
It didn't help that the stories were good. It didn't help.
Yeah, it didn't help.
Okay.
That's the thing I have with comics, though.
How did they make me like Prime? How did they do that?
They did, though.
I know. They just did.
I was crying. Like, I don't cry with comics that often. And I don't know anything about Superman Prime. Like... And me reading it, I was like, okay, this makes sense. I'm going to cry because this is a very emotional story. Like
Crypto.
It's just, I understood it as not a fan of like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's good writing when you can make people understand and relate to a character that they know absolutely nothing about. You know what I mean?
Look, my favorite DC event of all time is Infinite Crisis. So and I love, for example, the Sinestro Corps War. So I am intimately familiar with Prime. I know who Prime is.
Yep.
I have mine over there.
Crisis on
No, wait, I
Infinite
don't.
Earths.
I don't have mine
Omnibus,
over
yes.
there anymore.
And then
Nice.
hang on.
It's in this big pile here. You see this stack of comics here beside Hawk Girl? It's in there somewhere. I have 7, I think. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
That's heavy. Oh, you working out? You getting some?
I'm not supposed to lift
Yeah,
more
don't
than 10
stop.
pounds.
Stop doing that. You're gonna break your titties. Trust me. Like, oh my god, the first couple days, like, you know, I was like Christian Bale on the set of Batman. You know, like I could not like turn my neck at all. Like I was
Like,
called.
oh god.
Like I was calling for help just to like reach over onto like the counter to get a drink. You know what I mean? Like it hurts so bad. Like, look, I'm not gonna complain because there's worse surgeries out there, and this is a completely optional surgery that I elected upon myself to do. I mean, and it still hurt like a mother. Okay.
The first couple of days, I was like, this wasn't worth it. Take them out.
Yeah, I know. I think you told me that too, and I'm just like, calm down. It'll be. You'll forget all about that. That'll be a thing of the past. And look at you. You're just.
I'm fine now.
Yeah, but Darren, that I remember. Okay,
Now
so
I'm good.
you had your medications beforehand. I didn't. So I went home, and then that first night, I was like, okay, I was like, this isn't too bad. You know, I'm gonna go to sleep now, and I was trying to sleep, and it just. My entire body hated me, and I was laying up crying all night, and I was like, why didn't they give me my medications before the surgery? They didn't give me my prescriptions until I was out of surgery. And it's like, I can't drive to the pharmacy to fill these because you just told me to go home and go to bed. And I'm all fucked up on like sleepy gas too.
Yeah, my doctor was like, yeah, go get them in advance. Trust us. Go get them in advance. Here's your prescription. Go do the thing.
I had a really good surgeon. Like my results are beautiful, but she wasn't very good with that. She gave me almost no information beforehand on like that kind of stuff. I had only met her like once, and like literally talked to her like once before she like cut my body open. It's really weird. It's really weird here in PA, and the way that they go about selecting surgeons for you and stuff. The state actually selected the surgeon for me.
That's weird because here we have multiple. Like I picked my surgeon. I just went to his office and I was like, "Hey yo, tip me."
That's a great request.
I could have went out of state, but then my insurance wouldn't cover it. So. I wanted at least some coverage with my insurance because out of pocket is kind of ridiculous.
My insurance covered nothing.
That is crazy. My insurance covered everything. And I had like 10 grand, like, you know, put away for my, you know, I had money put away, you know, this was like a thing that I was like saving for, you know, like my entire transition, you know, like chipping away at saving for this. And like, here I find out that my insurance covers it. I'm like, comic books. No. I got I actually put a lot of money in my savings, and I bought some nice quality bras. That is my one thing that I will tell you to do. Quality bras. When you are quality bras, okay, you know, you get what you pay for when it comes to bras. Really, like you do. You get what you pay for. Cheap bras, they hurt. Anyway, moving on from the booby talk. You know I was gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, how can you not? Like, I mean, I was talking to Jose about mine. I was like, you don't understand how big this is. Like, sometimes I'm like just looking down and like, oh my god, just
like. I'm not wearing a bra right now. This is amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. No, don't do that. I mean, yes, do that, but not on like. Let me end the broadcast first and switch over to Chatterbait real quick.
I wasn't gonna lift the shirt. I was just like, look.
Oh, see where my mind is?
Always in the gutter.
Boobs or GTFO.
Well, if you insist, no.
Okay, yeah, we are going way. What about? Okay, so I didn't want to bring this up, but it's really relevant to me. Because just a couple shows ago, I think before we had David Pipose on, we had somebody else on. We've had quite a few people on now, Jose, and I'm not sure who it was, but I remember that I brought up. Remember when EVS was tweeting at me?
Yes, I think that was I can't remember who was on, but I do remember that happening. Yeah,
that was pretty recently. That was like within like a week or two ago. I'm pretty sure that. Remember when EVS was attacking me with all his fucking like people and shit, and he was attacking Comic Burrito too. Okay,
I remember him talking. Yeah, that was huge.
That was huge. This guy, well, that's how he found me. And what he does is, and I see it all the time, is he'll latch onto like he'll see like a trans woman, or just like, I mean, you don't even have to be trans. I don't even think he knew I was trans unless like he somehow figured that out or whatever. I'm just gonna say this very generally. He sees a woman that enjoys comic books, and maybe has an opinion on said comic books. And then he takes his followers and he like directs them to the said person. And the rest is, I'm sure you know what happens.
It wasn't EVS, but it was a person. I don't want to name them because I don't want to re-incur the wrath, but it was somebody in that fandom menace Star Wars sphere that did the same thing to me.
You're a fan of Star Wars, Chelsea. I take it.
Yeah, but it wasn't about that though. She was commenting on comic books. She was commenting on that Starfire's daughter comic book that.
I remember that. I think that's how I found out about you.
Yeah, and
some drama. No, it's cool.
People got so upset over that.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Fuck Comicsgate.
Yep, fuck Comicsgate.
Fuck Comicsgate.
I mean, have you seen? I'm sure we've all seen the clip of EVS.
Yeah.
Whether or not he, and I wanted to bring this up for my own sanity. I want to address this for anybody that watches and follows me for my opinions on it. Whether or not he means what he says, because to me, in the context of the show, and it just doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
But in the context of the clip, it was very satirical. But it's still a dirtbag garbage move to like, I think even it being satirical makes it worse in a way. You know what I mean?
It's
like, oh, this guy, it's just disgusting to see a human being that like thinks they can say something like that and on like a public platform with thousands of people watching. We've all seen that. That's been around everywhere, and it just amazes me how this guy is still platformed. It's really sad, and I think people like this certain person are the ones actually ruining our comic industry. And so many times I get the fingers pointed at me in my local comic book field, because I'm a trans woman, and I'm very much interested in comic books, and I get a lot of fingers pointed at me.
I have gotten to the point now where when I'm in a comic book store, especially one that I'm not familiar with, like my LCS is pretty cool. But whenever I'm in one of these environments where it's not kind of my home turf, I don't really know the lay of the land, I will I'll usually have a person with me. I go out like with my sister and I do a lot of things. I will often just spout out comic book facts. Like, oh, hey, look, that issue, that's the first appearance of, this person. And like, and I'll just tell my sister the story of, even if she already knows it, because it's like, I'm preemptively putting out there, I know what I'm talking about. I belong here. Don't hassle me, please. You
said it. You said it. I don't know how many times that I will have a man come up to me in a comic book store and try to explain me Batman. You know what I mean? Like, or something like that. Like, it's like, okay, I probably know more about this than you do. Just like, leave me alone. I get so many creeps at the comic book store.
there's a great instance of this happening. It was with Gail Simone on Twitter. She said something about the Punisher, and the guy says you should read some Punisher stories. She took a picture of all the books she wrote, and he's like, "Oh, so you have some Punisher books? Good for you. You should read them." And someone else had a quote. It was like, "Look at the name on the spine."
Yeah, no, she made a the whole like misogynist men who are like, well, Captain Marvel should really smile more in the movie, that kind of thing. She was commenting on that. She's like, the Punisher should really smile more as a joke.
I'm not a fan of the Captain Marvel movie for reasons that have nothing to do with Brie Larson.
Neither is my wife, so you're not alone. She hated the movie.
I love Brie Larson. Brie Larson is. I have a Captain Marvel shirt with Brie Larson on it just to piss people off.
Yeah. And
it does. It makes people mad. It makes people real mad.
It's my favorite solo Marvel movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not judging it. My favorite. You want to know my favorite Marvel movie?
What one?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's really good.
That's good.
So I'm not saying Captain Marvel is bad. It's just I don't. It's lower on the rank for me, in terms of the MCU, and it has nothing to do with Brie Larson. I just want to clear that up. Nothing to do with Brie Larson. She gets so much hate, and I've loved her since she showed up on Community and started dating Abed. And that was years ago.
She owned that role. She was great in it. Regardless of what you thought about the movie, she did own that role. She was.
Yeah.
I do see her when I see her when I see her in the role, I do think that's Captain Marvel. You know what I mean? Kind of like when you see Iron Man, RDJ, you're like, that's Tony Stark. That they did do a really good job with casting her, and she just. You can see the love that somebody puts into a role and has for the role, and you really see that shine through with Brie. And that's the thing I love more about Brie is like every time you see her in interviews and like she does like stuff on Twitter too. She's just so genuine, and you don't get that from a lot of celebrities. You really don't.
One thing I wanted to bring up though before, she is one of the best castings.
She is.
One thing I wanted to bring up while we were on the subject of being quizzed by dude bros at cons and stuff. So, Erin showed us a copy of this earlier, and this is All-Star Batman. But the cool thing about my copy, where is it? Was it on volume 2? Hang on.
Not on mine.
Volume 2. Let's see here. There it is.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
What's that say? Cheers. To Chelsea. Thanks. Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
It says, thanks from Gotham, Scott Snyder.
That's awesome. And did you get that at a con?
Yeah, I met him.
That's amazing. Nice. That is amazing.
The reason that's relevant is I met him. So when I went to it was when Dark Knight's Metal, the first one, was coming out. And they were doing a panel. They actually had a panel. And for some reason, they decided to put the Dark Knight's Death Metal panel in the small rooms. Our convention center has a small room and a big room. And then there's the extra large ballrooms. But they were like, nah, Dark Knight's Death Metal, biggest comic book going on right now with Scott Snyder, who is hot off of his solo Batman run, which was like the best thing from the New 52. Little room will do. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so the room was standing room only. Like it was packed. So much so to the point that Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo were like, we got some chairs up here where the chairs that they sat on. So instead they stood up at a lectern. And they were like, okay, we got 4 chairs and more people can come sit down here. And I got to be one of the people that sat up there with Scott Snyder. I was dressed as Donna Troy. And I'm sitting up there in my Donna Troy costume having like, I'm up in a panel. Like I wasn't a panelist really, but I was kind of a panelist with Scott Snyder. So.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
And because I'm up there though, and I'm visible in my Donna Troy costume, I got a comment about it from a guy who was like, so what's this supposed to be? Some your emo Tumblr goth OC version of Wonder Woman? And like, no, I'm Donna Troy. I'm a founding Teen Titan. He's like, look, I don't care if your OC has a name, lady.
Yeah.
Your OC?
OC.
He thought Donna Troy was he thought I had goth emo-ized
oh my
Wonder Woman,
God.
and that's why I was in a black Wonder Woman looking costume.
Sorry, it took me a minute. It took me a minute when you said OC, but okay, what a dumbass.
Yeah.
I would have just said, what are you doing here at that Scott Snyder panel? Like, leave. Get out of here. Like, these are the people we should be gatekeeping.
He ended up just walking away in a huff. Like, he wouldn't even hear it. Like, no, Donna Troy's a real character.
Like, what? Yeah, Donna Troy's awesome. I love her. She's I like her appearances in Titans as well. It's pretty, like, when she, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about it.
I haven't seen the show, but I heard it did her dirty.
When she pulls the fucking lasso out, it's amazing. That's all I'm gonna say.
I've only watched like
She's got a mean right hook too.
6 episodes of the first season so far.
I made it to episode 11 and I got bored. And then I was okay. So I think I talked to Jose about it. I was watching the episode where Hawk and Dove, the original Dove, they deal with like pedophilia and sexual abuse and stuff. And I'm sitting here and I'm watching this. I'm like, whoever wrote this whoever wrote this episode, I keep saying issue because I'm a comic nerd. Whoever wrote this episode doesn't understand sexual abuse, doesn't understand women, and I kept saying that throughout the whole episode because just of the choices and like cliches that were being made. And then I get to the end and the credits are like written by Jeff Johns. And I'm like, it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Was this with the Titans or is it with the Superman and Lois? I thought you said
this was Titans. This was Titans. Okay. Yeah, and I was like, it makes sense. Like I can always spot Johns' writing, especially nowadays. It's very the same nowadays. Back in the day, and some of his older stuff, Jeff Johns is really, really good. But oh my God, what a horrible person to begin with. I'm not even gonna dig into that, but I just can't forgive the 3 Jokers.
I still haven't read it.
I just can't forgive it.
That is the first or second worst book I read last year.
Dude, we're going to keep saying this all year until something just as bad comes out.
There's one book I think that might be worse, but I think because 3 Jokers had 3 issues, that might be
Was Heroes in Crisis last year? I can't remember.
Heroes in Crisis was 2 years ago.
The year of the villain.
Your Heroes in Crisis is still the worst comic of last year.
I'm gonna go on a little soap. I don't know what your thoughts about this book are, but last year there was a one-shot issue that came out, Birds of Prey, written by Brian Azzarello. I don't know if you
have not read it, but I think I know what you're talking about.
I hated that book. Like hate it. It was very racist from a Mexican. As a Mexican, it was very racist.
Well, I got a Batman book that you'll hate.
As a Black Canary fan, he does not know who Black Canary is at all. He just probably Google search Black Canary singer. Okay, I'm just going to give her an edge because it is completely out of character. And third, every time he writes Harley Quinn, in every book he's written Harley Quinn, he has her take off a shirt or an item of clothing in some suggestive manner. And this one's not so suggestive as her, trying to empower herself, but he has a thing with Harley Quinn stripping. It's just something that I've noticed. But fun fact about him, I've actually got an autograph of him.
Sometimes I really hate men writing female characters because you can really tell that, it's a man writing this character.
Yeah.
Well, no, I actually have an Azzarello. It's not mine, but I actually have a friend that really liked his Joker book.
Is it good? I don't know. I haven't read these.
He was actually in town, same con that I got the Snyder's autograph in. And I was like, oh, hey, I should get her a copy of Joker signed because she really likes it. And so I met him and I got it signed and all that. And he actually showed me, he was like, hey, you want a sneak preview of something? I was like, okay. He showed me a splash page from Batman Damned, which wasn't out yet.
Yeah, I mean,
so that was neat.
I don't 100% hate the guy. Like, I actually have a signed copy of Dark Knight Strikes Back from him. But like the majority of works, I'm not a fan of. But Faithless.
I have not gotten over this yet, so I have not picked up any more Brian Azzarello. I have not gotten over this book. I'm still asking myself every night what the hell this was.
The one book I did like from him was the Flashpoint Batman series.
This has a lot of girl on girl in it.
5 Point Batman? I'm not familiar with that.
Flashpoint.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys,
Flashpoint.
I'm getting distracted. I just okay. Somebody told me Brian Azzarello, like read something like by him. So like, oh, Faithless is a good book. You know, it's an indie book. This book has so much girl on girl and guy on guy and girl on girl on guy and just a lot of period blood too. And it's just, I really don't want to read any more Brian Azzarello after this. This was the horrible first book to read by him.
I remember his Wonder Woman being good, but I can't remember that much specific from it. That doesn't bode well.
I have it somewhere. I know what you're talking about. I have it somewhere.
Here's my thing. It's Wonder Woman. His Wonder Woman. It's very well written. It's a good story, but it's not a good, to me personally, as a Wonder Woman fan, it's not a good Wonder Woman story, if that makes any sense.
I understand completely.
It's a great family story, but it's not a good story for Wonder Woman. But that's... Yeah.
It leaned really hard into the mythology, which is like, you're leaning, like, yes, that's part of it, but she should be more compassionate. Like, you should be more like her actually helping people.
Yeah.
I like what you guys said about Donna. Oh, not Donna, Diana. You guys are confusing me. I like Diana. Sorry, I'm just I'm getting really what's the word I'm looking for? My brain is socially drained. That's why I've just kind of been like trailing off. It's at the end of the week, and I'm just kind of like, bleh. I don't know what else to talk about right now. I'm blanking. Is there anything else you guys wanted to discuss? Anything that grinds your gears? Any comic books that makes you smile? Any weird things that you don't want to read again?
Heroes in Crisis.
I agree. I like Tom King, but I hated Heroes in Crisis.
I don't know why, but I knew you were gonna say that. As soon as I asked that question, I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
It's weird because Vision is one of the best comic books I've ever read, and Heroes in Crisis is one of the worst. And
That's Tom King. That is Tom King.
Like his Mr. Miracle series, my top like 3 best comics of the past decade is Mr. Miracle stuff. Heroes in Crisis, God, I can't get it.
It was because apparently he didn't have a plan in motion at first as to who was going to be like the killer and who was going to be in what roles. Yeah. And Didio told him who to use in what places.
Yeah, because they wanted Wally West here, was it? Or something like that, and they wanted someone else. I don't know, but
it's because Didio hated Wally West.
Tom King
hated a lot of people.
Tom King is a very strange writer in the regard is I can never tell like if what I'm reading by him is going to be any good until I'm done reading it. I love his Batman run. His Batman run is like one of my favorite Batman runs ever. I haven't read the Snyder run yet, so
I'm the opposite. I don't hate his Batman run, but it was weird to me at times. Like I was like, I don't think.
But
I enjoyed his Batman run a lot, but there's an issue, and this is kind of tying back to Wonder Woman a little bit, and this is one of my favorite things about her. There's an issue in which he completely wrote her completely wrong, and it was one of the few times in which he had to publicly apologize for writing Diana Prince a certain way.
I don't remember that.
I don't think a writer should ever have to apologize for writing a character a certain way, as long as it's not offensive.
He wrote her as it's an issue where it's like right after he got engaged with Catwoman, Wonder Woman says like, we need to go into this dimension to fight some horde of enemies while this guy takes a break. It takes the place over. It takes over 20 years in this dimension, but it's like one day in the continuity.
I know.
And I guess and Wonder Woman throughout the whole entire series is like, I want to fuck, and Batman's like, no.
She always wants to fuck Bruce. Everybody wants to fuck Bruce. I hate how everybody like is written to just want Bruce. I hate it. He's the most unlikable guy. Like, I'm sorry, but the worst thing about Batman is Bruce Wayne.
I honestly like my preferred way of someone writing Batman is that he is almost asexual. Like, he is so focused on the mission.
He's a bat.
That he's like, nah, I don't got time for any of that. I don't want any of that.
Here's my opinion about it. Why Bruce when Dick is right there? That's my opinion.
What?
He does have the nicest ass in the DC.
Oh, okay.
universe.
Yeah, I got you. I thought you said why Selena when Dick is right there, and I was like, what? That's kind of weird. No, I got you. Yeah, I don't like Bruce to have love interest, and honestly, I don't like Batman to be Bruce. I find myself way more interested in Batman when Batman is not Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is the most horrible, unlikable character. I hate Bruce. He's just a rich asshole, pretty much.
Unpopular opinion, after Final Crisis, when Dick became Batman, that should have stayed the status quo.
I agree.
That would have been good. That's
actually why I like Black Mirror a lot.
That's the perfect time to do it too. They would have. But no, we still get Bruce Wayne fighting the Joker. It's just that's why I like Future State so much too. The next Batman.
I gotta read. I have stacks of comics like right over here off screen of Future State books to read.
Look, the next Batman is one of my favorite books this year so far. It is pure, and so is Wonder Woman. The Yara Flor Wonder Womans are amazing. Not all Future State is like. Granted, I didn't read it all because I don't really I don't care about the House of L and anything like that. I've become very selective over my comic book reading, mostly because I'm poor.
If you do, sorry, Chelsea.
I was about to say, Marvel Unlimited changed that for me, and is partially why I'm a little bit more into Marvel right now, because what I read almost all of the Marvel books, like almost all of them. The ones I buy week to week are the ones that I either A, can't wait for, or B, I really want to support the character or the creative team. Everything else, I just wait a little while longer until it hits Marvel Unlimited and read it there.
I have a thing now. Okay, so and that's what I was saying about this. I have a book vendor, an outlet vendor actually. That's fairly close to me. I live in Philadelphia, and it's in New Jersey. It's like right across the river, and they're amazing because they have most every trade paperback book like you can find, and they have buy two get one free, and they don't have like full retail price like that. Like a Marvel trade paperback that's like a year old will be like $10. So if you get two of those, it's $20 plus you get a free one. So you get like $20 for three like good trade paperbacks, or like some. Actually, it never tells me whether they're going to be trade paperback or hardback, and sometimes they show up in like I told you the All-Star Batman. They showed up all hardcovers in the wrapper and everything, like brand new. It's so crazy, and I was like, wow, was not expecting that. Sometimes it'll be like a used library book though too. So like.
Can I send you with a list the next time you go, just to keep your eye out?
Yeah.
There's if there's two Marvel books I can recommend, it's Daredevil and Black Cat.
Black Cat, yeah. I like Jed McKay's Black Cat a lot. I'm gonna say this wholeheartedly. These are my favorite Marvel books in recent years. Jason Latour's Spider-Gwen. Oh, I hate saying that. I hate saying that now. I hate saying that. You ruined it for me, Jose. You didn't need to ruin that for me. I hate you for ruining that for me.
Sorry.
Thank you for but yeah, that is one of my absolute favorite runs ever. That single-handedly got me back into comic books as an adult.
It's about to get an omnibus.
That's amazing.
Nice.
I might be into that. And then my second favorite Marvel book of the recent years was Asgardians of the Galaxy. I loved it. Asgardians of the Galaxy with Kid Loki and Angela. Oh,
Any team book that seriously puts Throg on the roster,
yes.
okay, you have my attention.
Cullen Bunn too is one of my favorite writers on Marvel. I have every Deadpool Cullen Bunn book that there is to have. Like, I like him. He's good. Okay, well, so Chelsea, we usually do this for about an hour. It's been an hour and 15 minutes now. We usually just talk. I don't know if do you want to plug anything? Are you working on anything like creative wise?
Sure, yeah, actually, 3 days a week, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, my sister and I stream over on Twitch. The URL is twitch.tv/Pixel Mavericks, both words spelled the normal way, PIXELMAVERICKS. And we play video games and just nerd out and be silly. We just finished a playthrough of Miles Morales Spider-Man, which was an excuse to talk comics.
Yep.
Thank you. It's down there. And tomorrow, in fact, we are going to be playing Mario 35 before it's gone. We're going to get a playthrough of that in before it's gone. And then on Thursday, we're playing The Legend of Zelda, The Wand of Gamelon.
That's awesome.
That's
hey,
awesome.
I just followed you on Twitch. The Twitch link is down below. Don't forget to follow Chelsea if you're interested in gameplay. I don't know. You guys follow me on I have more followers on Twitch than I do on YouTube. My Twitch account, I'm a Twitch affiliate. We streamed all summer on Twitch. All summer. We actually started this show on Twitch.
Nice.
And then we moved over to YouTube because that seems to be where the comic community there doesn't seem to be much of a comic community on Twitch.
Well, we're trying to fix that a little bit because we actually have we have channel points on Twitch now, and one of the things you can redeem is ask me a comic book question.
Yes,
and it gets used a lot. We have one person that likes to keep reminding me that Civil War II exists.
Oh God,
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist though. It doesn't.
So we're very familiar with Twitch, and as soon as I get the funding, we will be streaming this show live to Twitch at the same time that we stream to YouTube. So it'll be on both platforms because you guys know me. Twitch is my home. I do all of my gameplay on Twitch. We've finished. I think we came close to finishing 33 video games this year on the Twitch channel. It was a really busy year on Twitch because of the quarantine and pandemic and stuff. We did a lot of Nazi shooting this year on Twitch. A lot of shooting Nazis. Yep, we did all the Wolfenstein games. Anything that involves killing Nazis, I'm usually in for. We did Injustice 2. That was fun.
I want to play the Injustice games. I need to schedule those for us to play.
Yeah, Jose used to watch me race all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play Dirt 4 rally simulators and stuff. I used to do that.
I did a Super Metroid speed run once.
You are a nerd, and I love it. You would like if we hung out in person, we definitely.
I'd love to hang out in person. That'd be fun.
We definitely get along. We had to play Smash. We had to play Smash Melee. Please, why you guys? Please do OnlyFans. I can't talk about that on YouTube. Please don't. I don't even want to. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go look at my. Okay, I'll tell you this. If you're really interested in that dollar bin comics, I'm not going to ban you from the stream or anything. Just stop talking about that and go look at my Twitter. Thank you. Pin tweet.
I don't have an OnlyFans, but I do have a blog that if you want to follow that.
I'll give you the link to Jose's OnlyFans. You guys can.
It's a private one.
Oh my God. Cool. Anything else that you wanna plug? I actually, you know what? I did want to plug your Twitter, if you don't mind, because you have a lot of good tweets. I like following you. I don't know how I found you, but
well, I appreciate it.
I probably was like, oh, another trans girl into comics. Like that's usually an instant follower for me. You know what I mean? Actually, liking comics is usually an instant follow for me. Well, it's not as much anymore because I really have to screen who I'm following. I accidentally found I was following a minor the other day. Oh, I don't like that. I had to fix that too, and I found out I was following a comic skater too the other day. And I had to fix that. Sometimes it happens. They slip through. Okay,
which one were you following?
I don't even want to say. They're on the block list. They're chain block now.
Yeah, I just ran one of those on the day that one the Twitter brigade happened to me. I blockchained EVS. So
woo! Yeah, me too. I've done that. We've all done that. We've all had to do that. Cool. Mr. Jose, is there anything that you wanted to share with our beautiful people before we go?
You can check out my blog. I've been trying to update that more and more lately.
Yes. Let me post your blog here. I do read your. If I retweeted, I read it.
Yeah. The last piece I have is a review for Nightwing, the latest Nightwing issue.
Ooh. I need to sit down and actually read. Like I usually want to read it before I read a review, but I will read that when I've read it.
You should have been around when we had the book club.
Thank you.
We had a comic book club. It was pretty cool actually. It kind of fell apart though. Me and Nat were supposed to reboot it, but it never happened. There's Jose's blog down below there. Follow him. He's got pretty insightful reviews. I don't really read comic reviews, but I read his because he's, the homie.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Jose's Twitter down here. Yeah, like I usually don't watch Twitch streams, but if I see that you're on, I'll probably pop in. I'm not much of a watcher unless it's like my friend, you know what I mean? Like I don't go and try to find people to watch.
Yeah, it's me and my sister and sometimes her girlfriend.
No, that's fine. I'll come in and I'll throw you guys some bits and stuff. I have so many bits that I haven't cashed in yet. I'm crazy. Love you guys to death. Chelsea, thank you so much for coming on. I know it was very impromptu. Thank you so much. We had yesterday, our show fell apart because I was sick for unknown reasons. So we wanted to come on today and do something and just kind of talk and, just kind of have a fun stream. And I thought of you immediately. I was like, oh, I bet she'd like to come on and hang out with us for an hour.
Anytime. This was fun.
Yeah, anytime. Let me know. Let me know if you want the link. If you see us on and we're streaming and you're like, hey, I want to hop on there and join them and nerd out, just let me know. I'll throw you the link and you can just pop in here and be a regular if you want.
Love to.
Oh. Anyway, that is going to conclude this episode. Dude, I like to do it art form. Be like, all right, guys, this is episode 5 ending today. I hope you guys have a great day. No, I'm joking. We will be back on Friday. Again, this week we have Stoney Williams from Mad Cave Studios talking about his book Villainous, which just finished its 5-issue run, and I'm really excited to reread it and talk to him about it. It's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, that's next week, and we got so many guests for April, guys. So many. We're booked all the way through April. We have 3 creators coming on in April, which is pretty cool. So stay tuned. Don't forget to follow me and all my friends on Twitter. We're good people. Trans lives matter. Fuck Comicsgate. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna end the broadcast.